What's up, guys? Today we're making this animal print dress. Things we'll need for this dress are a sewing machine, 1.5 animal print fabric, some pins, scissors, a measuring tape, tailor chalk, and thread. So let's get started. So I'm using the stretchy fabric for this dress, and I've folded my fabric into 4 places. So I'll take the length of my dress. The length of my dress is 44 inches. And I'll mark it. And then I'll add 2 inch for my, I'll add 2 inches for my hem. So now I'll take my shoulder measurement. My shoulder measurement is 15. I'll divide that by 2. So I'll have 7.5. I'll mark it here. And then for the armhole, I'm using 8.5. So I'll mark it right here. And then I'll take my bust measurement. The bust measurement is 36. I'll divide that by 4, which is 9 inches. I'll mark it right here. I'm not adding allowance to this dress because it's a stretchy fabric. So for the waist measurement, I'll be using 16 inches. And then you divide your waist measurement by 4, which is 8.5. Oops. And then to get my hip measurement, I'll take my tape and measure 23 inches. And then the hip measurement is 42. Divide that again by 4. So for the bottom, I'll be using 9.5 inch. Because I want it to be really fitted at the bottom. So then I'll draw my line for cutting. And then I'll cut. And then for the armhole, I'll be using 1 inch. And then this is what we have. So now we'll be cutting the neck measurement. So we're going to be using 2.5 for the neck measurement. And then for the back, we'll measure 1 inch. We'll be using 1 inch for the back. For the front, we'll be using 3 inches to cut the depth of the neck measurement. So we'll be using 3 inches. And this is what we have. So the next thing is to cut the sleeves. So for the sleeves, I folded my fabric into 2, and then I'll fold it again like this. And then I'll be using 18 inches for my sleeves. And then I'll add 1 inch for my allowance for my hem. So for the sleeves, I'll take 4 inches like so. And then I'll take 8 inches. And then I'll take my round curve measurement, which is where my wrist. I'm using 8 inches. Then I'll add 1 inch allowance. And then I'll mark it on cut. And then I'll lunge to know the middle point. Here's the sleeve. So for the neck, I folded my fabric into 2 places, and then I'll fold it again like so. And then I've measured around my neck. I have 14 inches. So I'll be taking 7 inch, which is half of 14. And then I'll add 1 inch for stitching. You can add half if you don't have enough fabric. And then I'll cut. And then I'll notch the middle part. I'll be using this for the neck. So I'll come back and show you how to join your fabrics. So now I have my fabric right sides facing each other. I'll go over to my sewing machine and join the shoulders. And when I'm joining the shoulders, I'll make a slant stitch over the shoulders like so. And then I'll come back to show you how to fix the sleeves. So I have stitched both shoulders together like this. So now I'll join my sleeves. So to join your sleeves, you take your sleeves, you look for the middle point, and then you pin it to the shoulders that you joined already, and then you pin it together. And then you pin it all the way. Pin it all the way. So you go over to your sewing machine and then you sew them, you sew it around. And then I'll be back. You do the same for the other sleeve. I'll be back to show you the next step. So I've joined the shoulders together and then I've attached to my sleeves. Now I'll join the sides of my dress. So I'll be pinning the armholes together. And then you start by joining the sleeves. You sew along this place, stitch it around this place, and then to the, just follow the curve of the dress, and then you stitch it to the bottom of the dress. And then I'll be back to show you how to fix the collar. Now to join the collar, I went ahead to make a stitch to close it, and then I'll fold it like this. Sorry, I've marked the center point too. And then I mark the center point of my dress, of the neck area like this. I marked both middle point here and here, and then I'll pin the side I have stitched. I'll pin it behind. I'll pin it at the back. I'll go ahead and pin around my neck area. I'll go ahead and stitch it with my sewing machine. And the next step is to hem the sleeves of your dress. I'll hem the sleeves. You fold it twice and then sew around. You do it on both sleeves. And then before you hem the bottom of your dress, I always like to try my dress to see if it fits. But if you're sewing for someone, you can double check the measurement. And then you go ahead and hem your dress. You fold it twice and then you stitch around, and then I'll be back to show you the final product. I'm going ahead to stitch my collar to the body of my dress, and while I was doing this, I was stretching my collar a bit so it can fit perfectly in the neckline. And this is what we have. So I'll go try this on and I'll be right back. Here's our dress, and I've also made a headband to go with it. Please like this video, share and subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification button. I love you for watching. Thank you.